Hi guys, Megha here. Welcome back to Megha Says. Today I am presenting my third video about my favorite books. Before I told about my two favorite books, one of them was about Sherlock Holmes, which was written by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, and that all the Sherlock Holmes stories are detective stories and that are imaginary. They are not a true, they are not a real, but still they leave us a big impact, and they make us to involve in these stories. That's why I like those stories very much. The second book I told about was Musafir, written by Achyut Godbole. Actually, he's a Marathi writer and a good businessman also, we can say. He has no his own business, but he has worked as a CEO for so many companies, and he makes so many companies successful because of his talent, because of his management, because of his hard work, and because of his different type of work. I told about those two books, and today I'm going to present about my third book. My third book is really very special for me. Actually, the information of that book was got to me by my social media friend Ketan. He told me to read that book. Before that, I was not aware about any such a person or any such a book which is in this world. So the name of the book is Am Albert Ellis in Marathi, and in English it is Am Albert Ellis. It is written by Anjali Joshi. This is also autobiography of Mr. Albert Ellis. Now maximum people don't know about him, but let me tell you that he was the greatest psychotherapist, the greatest psychologist in the world. Actually, if we decided to give him a rank for psychologist or psychotherapist, then he comes on the second rank. So think how biggest person he will be. uh, this book is written by Anjali Joshi. No, it is translated by Anjali Joshi. In this book, we may learn the whole life story of Albert Ellis. As we know, he's from other countries, not from India, but since childhood he suffered a lot. When he was 9 years old, at that time he was facing so many diseases, such as a severe headache. Then he was having a diabetes, he was having a pneumonia, and all these diseases he was facing. Due to these diseases, he had to stay in the hospital for a long time. He was not able to stay with his family, his mother and father. During his stay in the hospital, he realized just so many things. He was also fond of reading. So his class teachers and his parents used to give him books to read. So he was reading so many material, and he was not only reading the books, but he was thinking about that books. He was writing, he was doing experiments on that book, he was writing on that books, and then he was going to conclusion about that, about what book he read. So he read so many books, and those book helps to develop his personality also. That's why Albert Ellis become the greatest psychotherapist or psychologist. um, when he was going to college, but his best friend were only two, one of his friend and one his younger brother. He used to live with only them. He has very less friends because he was not talking so much with anyone. He was just concerned about his study and his work. So he not used to spend more time with his friends in parties or in events, all this. He, whenever he got free time, he used to read books, he used to think about whatever he has read. Then he used to write about whatever he has read or whatever he thought. He he was he was very curious about everything, about psychology of human being, about physical things of human being. He was very curious about that since his childhood, and he has mentioned all his curiosities, all his questions in that books. um, uh, there are so many experiments of his life that makes us inspire. The first one experiment that he was afraid of speaking with unknown people. He was thinking that if I speak something wrong or if I say something wrong, then it will be my insult, the people will laugh on me, people will say bad about me. That's why actually he was fearing to speak with girls only. So he decided that he will overcome on his fear. So he decided that on every Sunday or on every evening he will go to a park, where there are so many girls, where there are so many girls sitting just for relaxing or waiting for someone. He decided he will go to that girls and he will start the communicate with them about on any topic. then he started to communicate with girls. Firstly he was getting so much feared, but he was determined about overcoming his fear. So he started communicating, and his good habit was whatever he do, he used to analyze that work. Means suppose I am communicating with girls, then he used to keep all the records, that with whom did he talk, how much did he talk, what he talked, and what he got response from that girl. After the completion of his experiment, he checked all that analysis, and he realized that only few girls refused to talk with him, but maximum girls, near about 70 to 80% girls talk to him. They show interest in his speaking, and they communicate with him very well. So he understand that our fear is larger than our try, or than our work. If we make our work larger than our fear, then I am sure we don't have to fear to anyone or anything. He has done this kind of so many experiments. He was fearing that if he do something wrong, and he was fearing to insulting also. That's why he decided that he will behave like a crazy man, and then he will make people to insult him. So he spotted some places where there are so many people. He went there, and he go and ask them what is time. Then he sometime he said that which is this place, I just now came from the mental asylum, where is my home. And then he talk with all the peoples. At that time some peoples make fun of him, some peoples get afraid of him and run away from him, while some people show sympathy to him. Means he found so many people, but through these experiments he gained confidence, and he get rid of fear of insulting. So that's why he has done, for this purpose he has done so many experiments. Then when he got free time, actually his home and his college was far away from each others. So when he have to go to the college by subway or by train, his transport period, he used to his transport period to reading. He read in the transport, and he has make himself a habit that he was able to concentrate in any situations. Means though there is so much crowd, though there is so much noise, he used to concentrate on his reading or his work. He has made that habit. He has faced so many problems, such as his first marriage was failed, because the girl was from a rich family, and he was just a struggling man. He was trying to set his business and trying to earn money. So they got married, but on the night of marriage the girl returned to his father's home, and he tried to convince her so much, but she didn't come with him. But due to this incident, he went in the depression. But whenever he started to think about his situation, about his thought, he realized that he no one is responsible for his situation. Only his thoughts are responsible for his situation. And in the story it is said that how he came out of his depression, how he started again. This all story is really inspiring. When I read this story, I realized that I am also in trouble due to my thoughts. I am also in trouble due to my wrong thinking. That's why I decided that I will change my thinking. And when I started to change my thinking, all things got changed up, all things got in my favor, and I started to enjoy the things. So behind changing my thinking, Albert Ellis is the most important reason. His first marriage got failed. Then he was getting afraid to be in relation, but still he was communicating with girls. He was dating so many girls, but he was not deceiving any girl. He was very loyal with all the girls. After some time, Jane came in his life. She was his secretary, but he used to like her, and she also used to like Albert Ellis. After some time, they started to live together, and they were a good match to each other. They lived together for 35 to 37 years, and he was becoming habit of Jane. She was very caring about Albert. She used to take care of his medicines, his daily routines, and his all the things, his all mentality. Whenever he spent time with Jane, he used to relax himself. But after some time they got separated, and this incident make so bad effect on Albert Ellis. Whatever happens in his life, means his business got destroyed 2 times because of his father. His mother got dead, his brother, his sister also got dead before him. But after facing all these problems, he was not distracted, he was not depressed. He situated an institute, but the board of director throw him away from his institute. This situation is very hilarious to any person, this is very bad to any person, but still he never get distracted. He only focused on his work, and that focus make him successful in the world. And that's why he is my another inspiration for changing our thoughts, for facing for doing work in any bad, any worst situation, and keeping our work a high level, so that everyone will know us. And when we are alive and when we are not alive, at that time also they will keep us reminded. So this was my today's video about my favorite book, Am Albert Ellis. Thank you so much. See you tomorrow with the next.